Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be explaining a 42 streak that I got on a diverse world, no moving. I know this isn't a world record or anything, but it's a personal best for me, so I thought I would explain it. And yeah, hope you enjoy, and yeah, I'm going to be doing some explanations and pausing when I need to explain it. But yeah, let's just get into it, and hope you enjoy. Alright, so yeah, this was no moving on a diverse world. Okay, so here we started off in Italy. Thought it was Albania at first, looking up for rifts there, but then I saw the Italian language. So yeah, just went into Italy. Thought it might have been near Salerno, but guessed over near Bari. Had a quick check, and yeah, it was actually closer to Salerno there. This one was Cambodia. We have the language, we have the flag. All of that for Cambodia. Pretty nice guess there. Not bad. Here we had Gen 1 Australia. Not much more to say about this. So yeah, just guessing Northern Territory there. And yeah, it was further north. Here we were in Romania. Pretty distinct landscape and the Holy Pole there. So that was a nice easy one. Here I thought it was maybe Canada at first, just because of the gravel road there. But then I saw this yellow house. You see a lot in the Scandinavian countries, and then I saw we had the long dashed lines, so it was Norway. So yeah, so 21,771, that's not a bad score at all, and that is 5 streak. Here we were in Finland, classic Finland really, Gen 2, winter coverage, the trees there, the signs, everything. Here we were in Colombia, we had the cross and the distinct hills as well. Yeah. Here we were in Japan, the pole, the stripes on the pole, low cam, Gen 4. Here we were in Australia, we had the long antenna and the road lines as well. Here we were in Canada. This road here you tend to find a bit more in Canada. The wider road kind of. And then it had a western field, thought BC, and then we had a lake here, so it was quite easy to find. Thought it might have been in the Kelowna area because I knew there was a lake there, so I thought it was maybe the suburbs. Saw that we were on the north side, so figured we were down here somewhere. Found a residential area, guessed, and it was a bit further southwest, but still a very nice guess. 2425, not as good, but still pretty good. And we're on a 10 streak. Here we were in Italy. We had the classic signs, the Gen 2 Mediterranean architecture. So I guess down south, and it was actually up north near Bologna. South Africa here, Gen 2 landscape, signs. Yeah, just had to double check there, and I actually got a pretty nice guess. Here we were in Sweden, long antenna. Short dash lines, red road. Guess somewhere up north. Not a bad guess. Here we were in Turkey. We had the language. We had dur on the stop sign there, which means stop. And then the kind of big intersection and the divided road. It's just Turkey. This was an interesting one. This was probably the hardest one so far. Yeah, we did have a flag there, but it was kind of hard to tell. The architecture looked Balkan. North Macedonia, Serbia, Croatia maybe. I noticed we didn't have an antenna, and I knew Serbia in the south could get a bit hilly, so I decided to go for Serbia. I put my marker down, just had another double check, just looked around, and yeah, just looked around, thought Serbia was the best option, and it was actually pretty far north there, but it was Serbia, so there's a streak of 15, not bad at all. There we go, it's just loading. Here we were in Argentina. Sun was in the north with the Gen 4 and the double yellow lines as well. And then the language and those signs as well. All suggested Argentina. It was going to be the west because it was mountainous and dry. A bit further north there, but it was the west. This is South Korea, pretty classic South Korea. And with the black car, winter coverage. I guessed up in the northeast there, it was actually the southeast. Here we were in Denmark with the street sign and the flag. So guessed over near Copenhagen, but it was just the main peninsula. Here we were very similar around to not the last one, the one before that, the South Korea one. And yep. Here, this happens if you play GeoGuessr too much. They think like you're a robot or something, so we can just ignore that. So yeah, this one, South Korea. Decided to guess where I guessed for the last one, and it was actually pretty close. Further over to the coast. This one was interesting. I was about to auto-guess South Africa, and then I saw something wasn't really right. The row lines didn't fit. This sign was on the right. Looked North American, so I thought Gen 2, it can't really be the US. And it reminded me of kind of Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba. So yeah, just looked around, and then this white wooden pole. Wooden poles are a lot more common in Canada rather than the US, and it was Saskatchewan there. 21-307, nice score, and a 20 streak. Here we had the holy pole, or not the holy pole, like the stepladder pole, and then so it suggested Spain, France, and then the architecture was a lot more French. Pretty easy one. Bit further west there. This one was Brazil. We had the car, Gen 4, we had the language, we had the red soil. Here we were in Mexico. Single yellow line, the Gen 4, architecture, language. This sign here, this one, the one like it's hanging over the side as well. So you have the pole and then it kind of hangs off, and also the hexagonal. Is it hexagonal or octagonal? That one of those. The pole as well. Guessed over there, but it's actually Nayarit. This one was interesting. We had a single yellow line, or single solid yellow line, which is a bit weird. We had the red on the license plate, which suggested Albania or Kyrgyzstan. This did not look like Kyrgyzstan. We had the rifts, felt a lot more European. We had this lake to the east, so it was going to be Lake Offred there. Thought I could 5k it. We had a road branching off to the left here, and a bit of a settlement, so I decided to scroll up looking for it, and I accidentally clicked guess there, but I almost got a 5k anyway. But yeah, that was a nice one. Here we were in South Korea once again. A lot of South Korea in this run. Not that that's a bad thing. Nice easy country to guess, and a really insane guess there, which was pretty cool. Sorry about that. I think I just had to do something. I wasn't planning on anything for this streak. So yeah, I just Okay, so there we go. That is 25. Yeah, 25. Here we're in Poland. We had the bollards, with the architecture, all that stuff. Double white lines. Guess southwest of Warsaw, and it was even further southwest. This was Ireland. Very not typical Irish, because we did have some pine trees, I think, over there. But looked either UK or Ireland. Because it's countryside and it's Gen 4, that normally suggests Ireland over UK. Yep. So this one was Netherlands. Dutch architecture. We had one white plate there, but the rest were yellow, so I decided to guess down near the Dutch border, or the Belgian border, sorry, and it was actually on the German border. Nice border town there. Here was Brazil. Nice classic Brazil. Thought it might have been Mato Grosso or Paraná, and it was Paraná, or Parana, whatever you want to say. Here we were in Norway with the Norwegian sign there, the Gen 2, the snow, and the long dashed lines. Guessed relatively far north, more in the middle, but it was actually pretty far south. So that was 30. Here we're in Thailand, Gen 4, driving left, language, all that stuff. A bit further east there. Here, I thought Brazil, just because we had the car there, or like the stubby antenna. It reminded me more of Roraima up in the north. So I decided to go for it. I looked around just to see if there was any more clues, and we had the Brazilian pole. So it's nice. Over in Amapa there, I think. This was Canada. We had the single solid line in the middle, and then we had some French there, Ville de la Barre. So thought it was Quebec. Tried to find it, but didn't want to waste much time, so I just decided to guess closer to Quebec City, and it was over there. I think it was actually La Sarre, not La Barre. This one looked like the US, and we did have a blue sign there, which I thought was a bit weird. But I thought this couldn't really be Canada because it was pretty hilly. We had this long hill here. So I had another look at the sign, not too sure what that was, but decided to have another look. Thought it looked like the Washington-Baltimore area, so decided to go Maryland. I don't know what it was. I guess there, and it actually was there. Really surprised about that. I don't know what it was, but it has a pretty distinct feel. This one was interesting. It looked Canada because we had the blue street signs there, and the architecture did look pretty Canadian. We didn't have array, so it couldn't have been Quebec. I was worried if this was maybe Maine, New Hampshire, maybe Vermont, but we didn't have green plates. Maine was probably the main contender here. I was a bit worried. Thought it was more Canada though. Sorry about that. So yeah, I spent this was probably the hardest one, because I was between two here. Sometimes if you don't have enough clues, US/Canada can be really hard. But yeah, just looked around here, and yeah, still wasn't too sure. It definitely looked more Canadian, but I was worried if it was going to be US, because you can get that kind of architecture in the Northeast and Midwest as well. But it just looked that more bit Canadian. Don't really know why, but it just looked a lot more Canadian to me. But I still wanted to double check, so I just kept looking around, and we can fast forward here. So yeah, so I decided to zoom in, went in Ontario there, just had a last look, and it was just a bit further south. But yeah, so that is 35. Yeah. Here we were in Brazil. We had the poles. Once again, similar soil color to the last one, and I actually got a pretty insane guess there. For Brazil, 4833 is a really good score. Wasn't even paying attention there. So yeah. And this was the US, southern US. I went Louisiana. It was Florida, just outside of Jacksonville. This was Israel. We had the painted curbs, black car with antenna, and then yellow plates. Went up there, it was further south. Here we are in Guatemala with the bars, the mirrors, Spanish language, all that stuff. Pretty nice guess there. It was just Guatemala City, and we were in Brazil again. Just wanted to double check. Don't know why I spent so long in this one, but it was just Brazil. Went over there, don't know why really, but it was up near Belém. Yeah, so that is 40. The streak will meet its demise soon, as you will see. This was Malaysia. Thought it was Borneo just because of the abundance of palm trees. But yeah. This one was Sri Lanka. We had the car there. So yeah. And then that was 42. This was where I lost the streak. This one, we had a lot of fog. It looked European, but I wasn't really too sure. I honestly wasn't sure here. I thought maybe Croatia, Hungary, Serbia, but just because we had the antenna, I thought that it probably wasn't Serbia. So I was probably between Eastern Croatia here and Hungary. I looked around. My first thought was Hungary. I don't really know why, but it just felt a bit more Hungarian to me. But I honestly wasn't sure. It was probably between the two for me. I actually clicked on Romania there first, but thinking over it now, it didn't really look like Romania. So yeah, I decided, I wasn't too sure between Croatia and Hungary. But I think, in the end, I had a bit more of a look, looked a bit more, just wanted to double check, that it was Hungary. But yeah, really wasn't too sure here. Had another look, scrolled around, and as you can see here, guessed in the southeast corner there. Just had another last look because this was a very hard one, and it was Croatia. Not actually in the eastern part there. It was actually pretty central. So I was pretty surprised about that. But 42. That's not bad at all. I'm really happy with that. And hope you enjoyed the video. I do want to try and beat that soon. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see everyone soon. Bye bye.